Hi, everybody. When I grew up, I heard a lot of sayings about money. My mum would tell me, "Don't trust anyone under 50 with your money. They haven't seen enough shit yet." That's true. Many of the best lessons you learn about money come from experience, including which money tips are toxic. Here's something I learned recently. Most boomers love giving money tips. It's like a hobby. So today, we're looking at 10 toxic boomer money tips you need to unlearn right now. Don't worry, I'm going to share some extra tips in the bonus section. Let's get started. No. 1. You don't need to learn about money. As kids, we weren't taught much about personal finance, and it's still not part of the school curriculum. So many boomers entered adulthood without a clue. They learned on the job, so to speak. Back then, it was simpler. Get a job, save some cash, invest it in a savings account or a Riester, buy a house, and retire with a pension. Everything else was secondary. The problem is that today the world is different. We live in an era of global markets, digital currencies, and new asset classes. To navigate this complexity, financial literacy is vital, but unfortunately still rare. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you must become financially literate. Read books, watch videos, and stay updated. Number 2, a house is the best investment. For my parents' generation, owning a home meant security. You had somewhere to live, and it would gain value over time. It's easy to see why. After World War II, houses were cheap and land was abundant. In Germany, the price of a single-family house increased from 10,000 marks in 1949 to 150,000 marks in 1971, a 14-fold jump in just 22 years. Between 1981 and 2003, the average price of a home in the US tripled. But home price hikes aren't guaranteed. From 2007 to 2012, housing prices in the US dropped by over 30%, and today, houses are more expensive than ever. But that's not necessarily a good thing. As a home is just one asset, owning one concentrates your capital in one place. That's a huge risk. Imagine a flood or fire destroying your only investment. And remember, owning a home doesn't mean you live for free. Repairs, garden maintenance, taxes, heating bills, they all cost money. The truth is, renting or buying with a smaller mortgage and investing the rest can make more financial sense. Ultimately, it depends on your situation and priorities. A home might be your priority. But if it is, don't assume it's always the financially optimal solution. Number 3, be careful with credit cards. Credit cards offer convenience, rewards, and fraud protection. But many boomers grew up with cash and checks. They viewed credit cards with suspicion, fearing high interest rates and overspending. While caution is wise, blanket avoidance misses the bigger picture. Used correctly, credit cards boost your credit score, help budget, and offer fraud protection. Plus, they can earn you points or miles for travel. Key: never carry a balance. Pay your full statement balance monthly to avoid interest. Also, monitor your card usage to spot fraud quickly. Done right, credit cards can benefit your financial life. Number 4, don't trust financial advisors. The old saying goes, buy and hold. But many boomers didn't do either. They switched advisors frequently, sometimes pressured to invest in certain products. Why? Because traditional advisors often push products that benefit them, not you. They receive commissions, not a flat fee for advice. This creates conflicts of interest. Imagine being encouraged to buy insurance you don't need or investments that drain your portfolio. Today, independent phonely advisors exist, offering unbiased advice for a flat fee. Or you can learn to manage your own finances through books and online resources. Either way, don't let commission-driven advisors control your financial future. Knowledge is power. Number 5, investing is risky. This one pains me. My own boomer parents shared this view. Growing up, I knew nothing about investing. Even hearing the word stock market sent chills down my spine. The truth is, investing isn't gambling. Stocks represent ownership in companies. When you buy a stock, you're becoming a shareholder. Yes, stock values fluctuate daily based on news, earnings, reports, and investor sentiment. But long-term trends usually align with economic growth. Over time, this creates wealth. And diversification across various investments reduces risk further. Studies show that even if you invested at the peak in 2000 and rode through the dot-com crash, you'd still be up by 350% today. Compare that to a savings account where your money might lose value due to inflation. Bottom line, invest early and steadily. No. 6. Save for retirement. Then enjoy life. Many boomers saved diligently for retirement, hoping for carefree days later in life. But here's the problem. They waited too long. By the time they retired, they felt they couldn't enjoy life anymore. Their health might have been compromised. Family obligations had grown, and they faced new challenges. The moral of the story, it's never too early or too late to start saving. Begin with small amounts and gradually increase it. And don't wait for retirement to enjoy life. Balance work and leisure now. Invest for the future and live fully today. Number 7. Your golden years will be great. Unfortunately, this isn't always true. Many boomers built their careers around a single company. They dedicated years to building a business, only to face sudden challenges like a company merger, relocation, or changing responsibilities. These changes could affect their income, their relationships, and their work satisfaction. Later in life, many people are underemployed. This means they're working, but in jobs that don't utilize their skills or potential. They might have to switch careers or relocate for new opportunities, affecting their finances and personal life. Number 8. Money doesn't grow on trees. While some boomers lived comfortable lives, many worked hard their entire lives but didn't amass much wealth. That's because money doesn't grow on trees. It requires effort, knowledge, and patience. Starting a side hustle or investing in the stock market takes dedication and continuous learning. This saying implies that money is scarce and hard to come by, but with the right mindset, education, and strategy, it can be earned and multiplied. Remember, financial abundance is possible. Number 9, never borrow money. This saying suggests that all debt is bad, but that's not accurate. It overlooks the difference between good and bad debt. Bad debt includes payday loans, overdrafts, and high-interest consumer debt, which can trap you in cycles of high-interest payments. Good debt can be beneficial. For example, debt for education can lead to higher income. Borrowing to buy a home can provide tax advantages and leverage, and structured business debt can fund expansion and generate profits. The key is to understand the difference. Learn about financial literacy, read books, watch YouTube videos, and stay informed. Make smart borrowing decisions to enhance your financial position. Number 10, high interest is bad. Before the internet, financial information was scarce. So many boomers relied on local banks or financial advisors for guidance. Banks typically offered low-interest savings accounts and discouraged conversations about interest rates. Instead, they pushed insurance policies or long-term bonds. But here's the thing, higher interest rates benefit savers. Bonus tips: trust the system. For many boomers, trust in authorities ran deep. They believed politicians and institutions acted in their best interest. But times have changed. Scandals, economic crises, and social issues have eroded public trust. Today, skepticism is warranted. Citizens must stay informed, question policies, and demand accountability. It's crucial to participate in shaping our financial future rather than blindly trusting others. And number 12, if you can't save, don't invest. Some boomers couldn't afford regular savings, so they focused on the basics, ensuring they had enough for retirement. But here's the catch: inflation erodes purchasing power over time, so having a large sum isn't enough. You need to invest wisely to ensure it grows. Fortunately, investing doesn't require substantial sums. You can start small with apps like Trade Republic, which allows fractional share purchases. This way, even with modest income, you can build wealth. Just remember to choose diversified investments and stay invested for the long term. That concludes our list of 12 toxic boomer money habits to break. Times change, and so must our financial wisdom. Feel free to add your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time.